Are you still pregnant? Are you worried that justice is only with you for your money? Real reason you left AMP. Should I tell you guys? Should I put this out on the internet? Howdy. I have been getting a lot of questions recently, some of which I may or may not be avoiding, but for some reason today I feel like answering them. So I put a poll on my Instagram story. I also went through a lot of my YouTube comments, and I'm going to be answering the questions that I get asked the most and the questions that I have fully been avoiding the last couple years. And if there's one thing people know about me, it is that I am brutally honest, which gets me in trouble sometimes, but it always makes for a really good, straightforward YouTube video. I'm a little nervous, honestly. It's a good thing I wear deodorant because I'm already sweating. So the first very popular question is, did you find out who stole from you at VidCon? So if you haven't seen the video, someone stole from my small mental health business, Hugs. They're weighted, heatable, coolable stuffed animals. 10% goes to kids' mental health. And every year we do a little booth at VidCon. It's so much fun. This year I couldn't be there. I had some family complications, but there is footage of an influencer stealing from us. And then some other employees of VidCon stole from us as well. And I posted the video because I didn't know who the influencer was, and I figured someone would. And I hate when people say this, but I genuinely didn't expect it to go that viral. I mean, I honestly thought the video would probably flop, but no, I still don't know who it was. There was definitely a lot of theories, but I mean, there's no way for me to confirm or deny who it was. I just think something really beautiful came out of the stealing, and it was that a lot of more people got to find out what Hugs was. So yeah, I'm just thinking of it as a positive, and that was the whole goal with the video. Is I was like, you know what, we might as well make some lemonade out of lemons. This question is so funny. Are you still pregnant? I was never pregnant. You make one silly, joking video on the TikTok and suddenly everyone believes you and thinks you're pregnant. It was a trend about one of the new Taylor Swift songs, like, I'm having his baby, no I'm not, but you should see your faces. Some people apparently think that I was and am still pregnant. I've never been pregnant, never, not yet, but one day. How did you and your boyfriend meet? There is also a full YouTube video on this story, but here is a very short version of what happened. We met at a party. 2 days later, he asked me to go on a date. We went to lunch, we got some boba, and then I suggested we do something really spontaneous, like go somewhere. I had literally known this man for 48 hours, and we decided to flip a coin, landed on Las Vegas. Well, actually, it landed on San Francisco, but we didn't feel like going there. We drove to Las Vegas, 5 hours in a car with like basically a complete stranger, which is crazy because we never even thought about like, hey, this might be awkward, this could be weird, this could be a red flag, this could be dangerous, but it wasn't. We literally talked the whole time. We had so much fun. We spent the night in Vegas, then we ended up driving to Laguna Beach. We drove to San Diego. We spent 4 full days together on our first date, and we've been virtually inseparable since. I don't know, when you're growing up as a girl and you read all these princess books and you watch all these rom-com movies and all these love stories, and you just constantly wonder if there's someone out there that could actually be that thoughtful and kind and supportive and funny. It is so worth the wait. It is so worth every like heartbreak and breakup, everything, for when you find your person. So if you're struggling in a relationship, trying to make it work, but they're not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, because you deserve to be treated like the whole wide world, move on, because there's someone amazing waiting for you. Like, I used to date the most horrible people. Like, I have been through so much with guys. I have literally been through an abusive relationship. If I had just given up and stuck through those relationships, because there was a point where I didn't think I deserved more, I never would have found like this level of happiness. You know, so it can be so incredibly hard, but it is so worth fighting for something better, something spectacular. Okay, this question also made me laugh, so I had to throw this one in here. Are you worried that Justice is only with you for your money? This made me laugh so hard because Justice makes more money than me. He has been absolutely crushing it. So I just wanna plug him for a sec because I am so proud of him. He works so hard and he's absolutely crushing it. We're with each other because we love each other. We just celebrated 2 years yesterday, which is crazy. I feel like it went by so fast, but he's incredible. I love him so much. And that kind of plays into the next question. Do you want kids soon? And how many kids do you want? I've been seeing that one a lot lately as well. It's really funny. Justice is a couple years younger than me, but he's wanting to start having kids like kind of soon. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm so scared because I feel like people know how I am with my dogs. They're my entire world. I love them so much. And I know that the second I bring a baby into this world, it will be my entire life. I feel like I still have things I want to do before I focus every single ounce of like my love and energy on a new baby. In the next few years, it'll definitely happen. But I'm so excited for it. I just know that I want to be ready. I want to be in a really good mental spot. I want to be in a good financial spot. I want to be just ready to like shower that baby with all the love in the world. This question is so sweet. A lot lot of people have asked how I'm handling my autoimmune disease, which is amazing because a lot of people in my life don't like even really think about it or remember it's a thing. So I don't know, just when someone does ask about it, it kind of just does mean the whole world to me. I'm doing really well. One of the really hard things about autoimmune disease is it's not something you physically see. It's not something a lot of people know about or understand what it is. And so oftentimes people kind of forget, but I've been doing really well. I actually just finished my 4-month program that I did through Dr. Will Cole, and it was very strict. I was literally just drinking cups of bone broth every single day, only eating protein and veggies. For 4 months straight, I did not touch gluten, dairy, sugar, alcohol, nuts, seeds, nightshade vegetables, and a plethora of other things. Like, I was very, very strict, but it was so cool to see how food and stress management healed my body. Although I am having a flare-up right now, my rashes in the last month of the program completely cleared up. I got so much energy back. I feel like myself again. I feel like I've been given such a major gift to be able to reverse so much of it with the way I eat. But I'm doing really, really well. I am so glad that I did that program. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it was absolutely worth it. And I know some people do want me to talk more about what I eat and all of that stuff, and I do want to make more videos about that. So let me know if that's something that you're curious about. And then along with the autoimmune question, people were asking me how I stopped eating bad foods. Girl, it was difficult. Food has always been like a comfort to me. If I'm having a bad day, if I'm stressed, if I'm sad, if I'm anxious, I just want like a bowl of pasta, which is the worst thing that I could have been eating because I found out that I have a very bad gluten allergy. So trust me when I say that one of the hardest things I've ever done was to give up every bad food in the book. Ultimately, it just comes down to caring more about how you physically and mentally feel than having like a very short gratification from how something tastes. If I can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. This one I've gotten a lot is people do comment on my weight so much. And so a few people asked me how I handle people constantly commenting about my weight. Not always well. Like, it's hard enough not feeling good about the way you look, but then going to the internet, because my job is the internet and I love my job so much. But one of the downsides is when I gain weight, everyone has to tell me about it. I'm working on not letting it affect me. I'm working on just letting it go, but it's been a lot better lately and I do feel a lot better about myself right now, so that makes it easier too. Is YouTube going to be your permanent job? What's your backup plan? It's so funny because I've been thinking about this so much lately because it has been such a difficult last couple years. I love YouTube. YouTube has always been my favorite platform. It is so much fun. I love connecting with people. I love creating content. I love traveling. I love every aspect of it, but it has been so hard with switching up my style and trying to find what lane I fit into, trying to make videos that make me passionate, trying to figure out which videos those are, and watching like the views completely change. Like, I went from averaging 2 million views a video to some videos only getting like under 100,000 views. And that definitely was like a very big hit to the heart. You know, like, you pour hours of work and love and vulnerability into these videos, and seeing them not perform well, it's taken me probably about a year to stop holding my self-worth to my view count. But I'm just so focused on only making videos that I care about, that are authentic to me, not faking anything for a video. I was in a content group for 4 years where I was young and I did very young content, and I grew up and like, I don't want to do that content anymore. It doesn't interest me. It wouldn't be right or authentic to me as a person to do those videos. The last few years since I left the group, I've been trying to figure out exactly what videos I'm passionate about, what videos people want to watch from me. I'm still figuring it out. It definitely has been a great exercise in not giving up. But I have thought a lot lately about what I would be doing if it wasn't YouTube. I always joke with one of my good friends that helped me start Hugs, and I'm like, so what's next? Like, what business should we start next? Like, this is so fun. And I have a few ideas, but we'll see where it goes, because I also want to not take energy away from Hugs since it is doing so well and it is like my baby, my biggest passion. I definitely am not stopping YouTube anytime soon, but I do always think about other things. If YouTube went away tomorrow, I would definitely focus solely on Hugs and then maybe just work on some other business startups that I'm passionate about. Advice for starting high school and advice for starting college. I got a lot of questions on that because 'tis the season. Speaking of 'tis the season, we're having a back to school right now. Buy one, get one 25% off. So you can get one for you and your friend, you and your mom, you and your dog. Anyways, looking back, my biggest advice would honestly be to let go as much as you can. Because when I was in high school, I thought everything was the end of the world. I thought everything was so serious. I was so nervous and so anxious all the time. Granted, I went through a lot of bullying and bad things, but it constantly felt like my world was ending when something went wrong. And the truth of the matter is that is how it feels when you're in it. But then you graduate, you move into college, and all of a sudden you realize that the world is so much bigger, and that was just a like tiny little blip. And that is probably so hard to hear when you're in high school, but I promise you, it will go by and then the best times of your life will happen. Like the best parts of my life didn't happen till after high school. So my best advice would be to not take things too seriously, to be authentically yourself, to be kind and reach out to people. If you see someone eating lunch alone, that was me. Go eat with them. Like go say hi to them. Like make people feel welcomed and loved, because you know what? It's cool to be kind, and that is something that is real in the real world that is for some reason not a thing in high school, but I think we can change that. I loved college though. I loved every second of college. I completed 2 years before I left to go do content stuff, and I always thought I would end up coming back because I didn't even think the content stuff would work out, honestly. So it's crazy that it's been like 7-8 years since I was in college. Advice for college would definitely be just focus on like learning and figuring out all these things that make you passionate. I took so many classes that didn't actually count towards my major, but I was just curious about. But it's such a perfect time to kind of learn more about who you are, what you're passionate about, what you want to do. I always thought I would end up in medicine. Here we are. So just like soak it up, enjoy every single bit of it. And yeah, take a deep breath, because I was very stressed in college as well. Everything felt like make or break. Why did you start Hugs? I've made a full video on this before, but I will do a very quick elevator pitch for y'all. So I have struggled with mental health my entire life. That is a very known fact. And for me, I was always looking for things that brought me comfort. And I realized that weighted blankets brought me a lot of comfort. And I was like, why do these things work? Like, is this a placebo? Is this fake? I looked into the science behind it, and the weight literally causes your central nervous system to calm down. So I thought, why don't I create something like a weighted blanket that's portable and a lot cuter? So these guys, and it's funny because every single time I explain this to someone, it's not until they pick it up that they understand it. They're like, oh my gosh, that's heavy. I'm like, I know. Through creating them, I found out that I can make them microwavable and freezable. So there's non-toxic glass beads in them, and it holds the temperature. So whether it's the heat from the microwave, the cool from the freezer. For me, when I'm feeling really nervous, I like something warm to kind of calm me down. If I'm having a panic attack, I get really hot. And so I like a frozen one. And then the 10% going to kids' mental health has been a really big goal of mine as well. This is just something that I really hope can bring a lot of love and comfort to people, and even maybe just be a conversation starter. Like I have these on my couch and on my bed and around my house, and people are always like, oh, like what's that? And then it kind of opens up a conversation, and then maybe I get to find out that they have trouble with anxiety too. Because honestly, nowadays, we all do. I love Hugs so much. I always wanted to have a mental health company, so I'm so insanely happy that I was able to create it. Also, a very common question is, when will Hugs ship to Europe? I'm working so hard on it. We are almost there. We are so close. Like, bear with us. I mean, I can always do a video too on like creating a small business, but it is very difficult to be able to open up shipping internationally. So we are getting very close. We're almost there. Stay tuned for that update. Obviously, one of the most asked questions, when are you guys getting engaged? I kind of know, I kind of don't. I obviously don't know the exact like month or day, because I want it to be a surprise. I want it to be special, but I do know a timeline of when it's happening. Should I tell you guys? Should I put this out on the internet? I'm just gonna tell you. Okay, within the next year, we will be getting engaged. That is what I know. We've gone ring shopping. He knows exactly kind of what ring I like, which I know is so controversial, but we both realized that we wanted to design something unique, and we wanted to design it together. So the guy that he's working on with to design my ring, like they're doing things and incorporating things in the ring, so it's very unique. But yeah, we wanted something that was like unique to us and our love story, and something we could create together, something you can't just find anywhere. And I'm gonna wear it for the rest of my life, so I wanna love it. But also, ring shopping is just fun. Like, you know, they bring you some sparkling water, because I can't drink champagne right now. You try on a bunch of rings. It was just like an awesome experience. So I'm glad we went ring shopping, but within the next year is like the game plan. which is crazy. Oh, Tay, advice for starting up a YouTube channel. I feel like this is a very popular one. My best advice to you would be figure out what you're passionate about, because it's not gonna do well if it's not authentic. People are smart. People know when you're making a video that you care about versus when you're just throwing something up to throw it up. So it should definitely be something that you're passionate about. But with that, you know, find something that's popular. So find the thing you're really passionate about, but then find something popular, because you do need to get some traction going. And then I feel like the second biggest thing is consistency. And this is the hard one, because hey, I'm going through it right now. Like when you're posting videos and they're not doing well, you want to give up. I feel like that's a very natural thing. You're like, oh, I'm not good at this. It's not going to work. I give up. But that is not the case. These algorithms take a while to figure out who your audience is. It takes a while for these videos to pick up. I can't tell you how many times I've posted a video and it wasn't until like a month later that it started doing well. Things are different nowadays. Like all these algorithms have changed. There's a lot of creators on the platform. So find what you're passionate about, do a good job at it, and just consistently post. Like if you're trying to do YouTube, you should be posting every single week, and do that for a few months to give yourself like a fair shot. And then, you know, make some adjustments here and there and be like, oh, you know what? Like I think this thumbnail could have been better. Because you keep learning with it. With each thing you do, you keep on learning. Also, there's channels like Colin and Samir that I feel like have such incredible advice. So I would also spend some time watching those videos, researching, but you can do it. You can do anything you want to do. I wholeheartedly believe that. And now for the most avoided questions. Real reason you left AMP. Do you still talk to anyone in AMP? Will there be a reunion? This is something that I have to talk about for like my own mental health. I am so incredibly grateful for some of the experiences and growth and learning that I had in that group. With that being said, it has been 3 years. I am almost 27 and I am in a different part of my life. No, there will not ever be a reunion video. I am so sorry. We will never film together again. I feel like that just has to be put out there. No, I don't keep in touch with anyone. I haven't talked to most of them in like 3 years since I left. I wish them the absolute best. No bad blood, all love. We just know we don't keep in touch. I feel like there's not really a reason to. We don't have much in common. Like we used to film together. We're kind of like coworkers. We're in different places. We do different content. We have different friend groups. And I feel like that just has to be said, because I still get comments on videos of people being like, film a reunion, like what's going on? Like, why aren't you guys talking? Like, do you still talk? Like, and then there's all these theories that people make up of what they think's going on. And like for my own mental health and well-being, like I just have to be upfront and honest with you guys. So if you want to watch my videos for me, that means more than I could ever put into words. But if you're just kind of hoping for like a reunion video or a collab video, I'm gonna have to let you down easy. That is not going to happen. As far as like why I left and all that stuff, I feel like the best reason I can give you that is honest is I left for my mental health. I had fun. That was a fun chapter of my life. That chapter is over. I've moved on to a new chapter. I don't know if I'll ever go more into depth on any of that stuff, honestly. And I'm sorry that I can't give you a more direct, straight on, laying out the tea answer, but I'm just not gonna do that. So I just really hope that this can kind of be the closure that some of us need. The closing of the chapter of AMP World. The book is closed and we're gonna set it on a shelf and we're gonna remember the good things and we're gonna let it go and we're gonna stop commenting about it. So I am gonna end the video on that last and final question. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still here, that is so freaking cool. I love you the most. I'm gonna go eat some tacos. I'm very hungry and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.